Now then, people from New Zealand, just got you. Used your what is it? Your lead up. I just wanted to give my version of what's happened with Daniel Farke, because there's been a lot of people chatting and bagging him and praising him and all the rest of it. Right. This is my take, and I would like to direct this to Just Joe, Gurr from The View, Leeds lately, Lockie Leeds, Joe Blackburn, I think it is, who I now follow, and Ollie Ward. Unfortunately, we've lost Kate, which is sad. Um, and Connor in the cupboard, I'm sorry, but I don't have a lot of time for him. He spends most of his time uh, on his cast telling us what he's going to do and what he might do and what he has done and all the rest of it. And although uh, I've just got no time for him. Just Joe, I have time for. Lockie, I have time for. Max from Leeds lately, I have time for. Ollie, I have a lot of time for you. And Joe, mm, I'm sort of like getting to like you. So you're the guys that I follow the most. Now, this is going to be my take on what I think of Farker. Now, I live in New Zealand. I live in a place called Rotorua, which is in the central part of the North Island, which is about 15,000 kilometres away from England, which is about 5,000 kilometres away from Australia, right? Excuse me, must be COVID. Um, when Farker first got the job, he got it for 4 years. Now, the 49ers are an organisation that don't take things lightly. They would not have given him 4 years if they didn't have a plan, if Farker didn't have a plan. And this is the one thing we need to understand. When he came in August, was it? Yep. And it was a shit show. So then he comes into a shit show, has to deal with a club that's got no direction, nothing. They don't know what they're doing, where they're going, or what they want, where they want to be. He has to sort that out. And he said at the very beginning that he wanted, if you were going to judge him, wait until the end of August. September comes along, right? And I think we'd all have to agree that we did pretty well considering the circumstances which he came in. You must agree with that. The other thing is, from then on, it then becomes his job, to get this side sorted out, to find out who wants to be here, who doesn't want to be here, who has got the commitment, and who loves the badge. Oh, I am sorry, Dave. I forgot about you. Hope you're all well. Hope you're all healthy. So he's got the job now of sorting who's going to be here, who wants to be here, because that's what it comes down to. Who wants to be here and who has the club's best interests at heart. Now, we've gone along. Have a look about where we are now. We just beat Norwich 1-0. Now, bear in mind, I rely on you guys to supply me with information as to how things are going. I can look up on the Leeds website. I know that. But they're about as tight. Well, we won't talk about how tight they are, giving information out. So I rely on you guys to give me info, what's happening, who's going where, what's what, and all the rest of it. Now, I agree with Joe. I think most Leeds supporters talk chat beans. That's what you use, isn't it, Joe? Chat beans. And I sort of like don't get it. I want to know what is actually on the ground level. And that's why, Dave, you come in with your little I take it that you've got a seat behind the coach's box or the manager's box. That's where you get your videos from, which I really appreciate because it looks good from a distance. Um, but Farker has done a remarkable job. He's taken a bunch of misfits, he's taken out the trash, and he's trying to fit together a team that believes in what's written on Ellen Road's wall, which is side before self. And what you're seeing is exactly that. Now, I want to make a mention about Willie Nonto. Now, I don't know whether you guys, and I'd be interested to hear from what you guys have got to say, but ever since Willie Nonto has pulled himself together, apologised, he's now knocking around with Somerville, and you see how the two are getting on? That's camaraderie. So I reckon Somerville's having a good effect on Nonto. I hope Nonto does get rid of his fucking manager, that thing in Italy. Oh, speaking of Italy, Andrea, I forgot about you. Because you don't have a channel. I just read you on Twitter and I see you on Joe's show or whoever's show. Nonto, I think Somerville's having a good effect on Nonto and he's starting to do the right thing. The other thing I'd say to Nonto is take a leaf out of Gurev's book. Gurev has the same, had minutes. That's all he did was have minutes. And this is where Charlie Creswell should, get his ass into gear and stop whining and moaning about you're the be all and the end all. You're not. Nobody's the be all and the end all. Charlie Creswell and Willie Nonto need to take a leaf out of Gurev's book. I hope I pronounced that correct. Because when he did his minutes, he's done his time, he's done all the hard work, and when he got his opportunity, he took it. Now, you can't drop him out of the side, can you? 2 games. 2 frigging games, and you sit there going, why would you drop him? Anyway, that's me done. This is my take. Farker's done a great job. We are now close to being second. We can go further. I love all you guys. Thank you very much for everything. Joe, I will be catching up with you in a couple of weeks' time. You know what about. Max, love your work. I love the way you did Dirty Leads. That was really good. Lockie, I love the way you do this, right? Oh, by the way, Joe, I like the way you position that picture because it gets rid of those 2 little black dots in the corner. I thought they were flies. I thought there was something on my TV, but it wasn't to be. Dave, hope you're all well. Hope you're all healthy. And what's his name? Ollie. Cheery. Oh. Oh, I forgot about Jer. Jer, have I got a wedding invitation or what? No? Oh, bugger.